I have traveled almost half the circumference of the globe from St. Lucia, the Caribbean, to be here in Dubai to be part of COP. COP has a lot of significance for small island developing states like St. Lucia because, as you know, we live in a zone that is highly vulnerable to climate change. We live on the front line of climate change, and climate change continues to destroy and affect the livelihoods of our people. So COP is where the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, the UNFCCC, brings all the players together to discuss the issues and to seek solutions. And for us, money is the critical factor. We are decimated every year, the Caribbean that is, by hurricanes and tropical cyclones, and they unleash a lot of damage, which we struggle at times to rebuild from. So here at COP in Dubai, the Caribbean leaders are here, ministers are here, technical people are here, lending our voices to the discussion where the international community will hear the cries of SIDS, small island developing states, and they will make resources available to us to help us deal with issues of adaptation and mitigation in relation to climate change. So for me, I've come here at as I said, a considerable distance to travel, but I believe it is worth it because not only am I speaking from the standpoint of a government official, but I'm also here to give expression to the circumstances of people who otherwise do not have a platform to tell the story and to see how unjustly they are being affected by climate change. So for me, it is a trip that is very worthwhile, and I'm hoping that at the end of COP, we would have seen tangible gains and concrete decisions that would aid small island developing states to deal with the issues of climate change. We have embarked on a program of smart agriculture. We have also developed what is known as a nationally determined contributions plan. And there are a lot of other initiatives that we are doing as a government, but we're also working as a collective in the Caribbean. And we are also partnering friendly governments to help us achieve some of the national targets and goals that we've set ourselves. So it's not a case where we are here in Dubai just expecting the developed countries to just hand resources to us, which from a moral standpoint, they ought to, because they are the ones emitting greenhouse gases that changes the climate and that puts us in the disadvantageous position that we are in. But we're also trying for ourselves to see what we can do, because we can't just hoist a white flag of submission and not do anything for ourselves. So we will continue to do what we can. We're just a population of 180,000 people as a nation, but we will never allow the smallness of our size, both geographically and in terms of the demographics, to impede our vision in terms of what we can do for ourselves. But we also understand that we are not the offenders. We are not the ones emitting greenhouse gases in the quantum that changes the climate. But yet it is our people, our farmers, our students. They're the ones living on the front line of climate change. And as I said, their livelihoods being impacted very adversely as a result of this phenomenon. The greenhouse gas emission from St. Lucia is almost negligible. 0.0%. It is minuscule. It is not comparable to what you see in more developed countries. So as I said, we're not the offenders. We are almost at net zero. You cannot adequately measure our emission because there's really no emission to talk about. Our forest and vegetative cover it far exceeds whatever pollutants would come from the exhaust of vehicles and things of that sort.